Hello, world. Hello, Facebook, YouTube people. And none of who are watching just yet. My name is Beth McKee. It'll be recorded for posterity, though. Um, and we're the Swamp Sisters, a bunch of friends who are gathering for what we have every other month, the See Here Say, that will, where we will share some new material that we've just generated, trying to keep fresh with our creativity and such. And we're very happy to have anybody that wants to join us here tonight. We would welcome, oh, hey, Diane, yay. We welcome any comments or questions. If you're watching from our Facebook page, we should be able to see those right here in the application that we're using. So, welcome to all that are here. Much love. This has been a crazy, I can't even tell you how long it's been crazy, but it's been crazy for a little bit. And right now, here's our little pocket of sanity. We have a little island of sanity and peace and joy and being together and honoring our creative selves. Oh, yes, we're honoring our creative selves. That sounded so schmaltzy. Amy! Oh, sorry, other Amy. Amy LaCour. Thank you for joining us, dear. We have a prompt for tonight. Hey, Fred. We have a prompt for tonight. The word that was the prompt was the word doorway. If you haven't watched See Here Say before, what we do is issue these prompts ahead of time, and we encourage, although do not require, that the members try to create something. Hey, Maria. Try to create something that will be new or newly added to something old, which is in my case tonight. Incorporating somehow or inspired by the prompt word, which Amy Robbins contributed so generously for this episode. And that prompt is, tell them, Amy.
Doorway.
What a great prompt for the January edition, because here we are in the doorway to so many new things this year. So much new. Hopefully, the newness of life without COVID being high on that list, too. So we won't talk politics because we're giving ourselves some peace and quiet from all that kind of noise. But let's just all say I'm personally very much looking forward to some new stuff. So I'm at the doorway. I'm in the doorway. So for those of you that don't know everybody right off, I would love to introduce my friend Amy Robbins up here to my.
Hello.
That would be right. Yeah. Amy is zooming in from Howie in the Hills, what I like to abbreviate as HITH.
I like to call it the Hills.
The Hill.
It makes me feel much fancier than it really
That
is.
must be like when instead of like, like the Bay. Anybody that lives on Tampa Bay, oh, I'm on the Bay.
I'm on the Bay. Yes, I'm
You're in the hills. And that's why I like to say that I'm in Oak Ridge, Florida, too, not Orlando. It's like, yeah, I live in Oak Ridge. It's like the name of my neighborhood or something. Mama Molasses, over there also on the top row. This could be a little bit like Hollywood Squares. Maybe that would be more fun than Brady Bunch, actually. It's coming to us from Carthage, North Carolina. And Hannah Harbor Wynn, zooming in from lovely Sanford, Florida. Right there in the middle, Madeline Wofford from Black Mountain, Swananoa, North Carolina, showing us some of her original artwork tonight. And from the Mills 50 district of, is that right?
Colonial Town South, right next to the Milk District.
Right, okay. Right there next to this month Almond Milk District. Kayon Riley.
Yeah.
The Milk District has gone vegan this month, and so they're calling themselves
is that right?
the Almond.
I missed
your
that
hood.
memo.
You were probably busy at UCF doing all the billions of things that you do. So, welcome everybody. I know this time is going to just fly by like it always does. So, I'd like to get right to some music. And I'm wondering if we have a volunteer who would like to kick it off, or shall I designate?
I'll kick it off.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Yay. So, we have the lyrics to your song, but if Lynn, and by the way, Lynn Mixon is behind the curtain, making things look and sound good. Thank you, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
And she can pop up the lyrics to that song. And maybe, Amy, you can tell us a little bit about where you came into this song. I mean, tell us about it. Set it up.
Well, I was thinking about originally how doorways. Actually, I started thinking about it on New Year's Eve because people like to open the door to let the good in and let the evil out. And I started thinking about that. And to be honest, the song didn't really end up going that way. But it got me thinking about how if somebody's not like willing to move on, it's almost like they're blocking a doorway and, not letting the good things into their life and also not allowing the bad stuff to leave.
Wow.
So this song is kind of about somebody who needs to move on, who needs to get out of the way.
Amy, that is so appropriate.
I wrote a different melody and stuff. I've been working on this melody for a few weeks, and then I don't know, last night I just changed it all. So this is kind of less than 24 hours old.
Oh, fresh from the oven. Okay,
from
well,
the oven.
Amy Robbins, folks, and singing her Doorway song.
Doorway. Leave the door closed, the breeze is turning cold. I hate it when the leaves blow in. Leave the lights on all night long. Burn the candle to the very last strip. But don't hang around in doorways. You'll bump your head, you don't fit the frame. Don't hang around in doorways. You know I hate it when the bugs get in. The flames burning hot, thinking you're something you're not. I hate it when the smoke rolls in. It was a giant mistake you can never erase. They sacrificed life and limb. Well, don't hang around in doorways. You'll bump your head, you don't fit the frame. Don't hang around in doorways. You know I hate it when the bugs get in. Closed, the breeze is turning cold. I hate it when the leaves blow in. Leave the lights on all night long. Burn the candle to the very last strip. Well, don't hang around in doorways. You'll bump your head, you don't fit the frame. Well, don't hang around in doorways. You know I hate it when the bugs get. Well, don't hang around in doorways. You'll bump your head, you don't fit the frame. Don't hang around in doorways. You know I hate it. You know I hate it. You know I hate it when the bugs get in.
Bravo! That was awesome, Amy.
Thank you.
You don't fit the frame. That's some great imagery there. I would love to see those lyrics again and take a closer look if Lynn has a there they go. Okay. Leave the lights out from the candle to the very last drip. I love that. It's
Like the
so
dripping
cool
wax.
that you said to the very last drip instead of end. Thank
Yeah.
you. You're like, no, you think I'm going to rhyme? Ha, not. All night long, burn the candle to the very last drip. And the drip is so much more, it
Yeah,
gives
you
you
think
that
about
picture.
that candle burning. Yeah.
You'll bump your head. You don't fit the frame. Just, and the bugs are getting in.
I
Yep,
do hate when the bugs come in.
I do too. We like, close the door. The bugs are getting in. Yeah, especially mosquitoes, which, oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well done, Amy.
Thank you.
So, we done. What you up to these days? I know you're getting ready to move to
Yeah,
a new house.
we're moving again, just down the road though. We're staying in the hills.
Still gonna be
Yeah.
hitting it.
Yeah,
Hitting
and so that's gonna be happening like this weekend, next week. Getting ready for that. We're reopening my dad's electrical company. Matt,
Yay!
my husband Matt is actually taking over, and I'll be doing all the managerial office work for that.
Perfect.
So
you can
we've
do
just
that right
been-
from home.
Yeah, I'll be doing that from home, and we'll be working for ourselves, and that's really the dream, right?
Right? Yes, it is. Well, it's a dream.
The neighborhood that I live in is really nice. It's quiet. I get to get out and do things like bike ride a lot, and that's been really good for my mental health. It's it gets kind of depressing sometimes in these times. I know everybody feels it. So that's something that I've found that really helps me to get out of my funk. I go out there,
Outdoors.
and, I'll walk or I'll ride the bike or something for even just 30 minutes, just that little bit can change.
You've been doing a lot of bike riding, haven't you?
I have been hitting it pretty hard.
Well, you're out there with those wonderful rail trails, so yay.
Yeah.
Well, don't fit the frame. You don't fit the frame. You need to move on. So let's hear another song. Kayon, can you tell us a little bit? Now, I think we got our wires crossed.
I
know
got
that-
my wires crossed.
Well,
You guys were fine.
you were on your way to Texas for the holidays in the car
Oh.
driving. I think you were about Nacogdoches when I caught you, so you get a pass for sure.
Oh my
So
god.
instead of doorway, you heard as you
Bubble.
crossed you heard the word bubble. It makes perfect sense.
I thought the prompt was bubble. And I thought, well, that makes sense because some of us have our little bubble that we feel safe being around. I was actually going home to my bubble, my parents, and my brother and his wife were going to come as well because they literally haven't gone anywhere. So I thought, oh yeah, it's bubble. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, I was racking my brain as to what I could come up with. And so I kind of got off on this thing of doing this kind of repetitive phrasing. Like if wishes were bubbles, I'd catch one and ride it with you. If promises were bubbles, I'd catch one and we'd fly. And then it took me in the direction of luck. And so and of course I'm always looking for a hooky chorus. So my chorus ended up with, you're my bona fide love. And then I went in the direction of how luck has a lot to do with that. And so I'm all over the place in this song. I really just put it all together literally yesterday. So it still needs a lot of work, but I think it's got a little bit of potential maybe, and I had a lot of fun with it. So that's what this is about, and thank goodness for this group, because if I didn't have a deadline and this thing to do tonight, it would never happen.
It wouldn't
So,
exist. Yeah.
Yeah. So
wouldn't.
thank
Hey,
you,
Greg.
Beth and Amy, for pushing all of us to do this, because I'm incredibly lazy. I just really,
I'm not buying
I
that for
would
one
be
second.
sitting on my couch watching Cobra Kai, or I'm currently watching about 1,200 episodes of the original Dark Shadows.
Oh my
and I
gosh,
just-
Barnaby
yeah,
Collins
I love it.
or Barnabas.
But
Barnabas.
Collins. So that's what I would be doing. So thank you for making me turn off the Netflix for a little bit.
Well, thank you.
Because this is really important, and that we stay creative. And that's what this is. I also I started out with my good old favorite A minor. I love A minor. And I was like, not gonna do A minor. I've got a lot of A minor stuff. And it already puts it in that kind of a melancholy feel. And I didn't want it to be melancholy. So I switched it over to good old E. And, and that's where I ended up. I have no idea really what the rhythm is yet because I'm still just kind of working on it. So let me just give it to you. All right?
Yay.
It's called Bonafide with the prompt of bubble, which was not right at all, but whatever.
A hallucination.
If heaven is out there and dreams would come true, if wishes were bubbles, I'd catch one and ride it with you. If rainbows meet pots of gold and loves never die, if promises were bubbles, I'd catch one and we would fly. From now on, we're a party of two, all for one, no longer blue. Every day, so satisfied, I cried for you, died for you, sad for you, my bona fide love. If four-leaf clovers bring fortune and desire would stay strong, if wishes were bubbles, I'd catch one and bring you along. It's a horseshoe on a door, lucky seven on a dice, ladybugs and chimney sweeps, an albatross and fingers crossed. People say it's just that way, it takes luck, a rabbit's foot, but they're wrong. So say the love songs that I've heard. From now on, we're a party of two, all for one, and no longer blue. Every day, so satisfied, I cried for you, died for you, sighed for you. I cried for you, sighed for you, died for you. Oh yeah.
Bravo! Hey, Bonafide. Now I'm kind of a little bit upset because I wish that Bonafide was a prompt that we could use for future. That's a great. It's a great song title, Bonafide. Yeah, right on.
Bonafide. Yeah.
Well done. So how are things going for you out of UCF? You're teaching and running the radio station. Anything else? I think that's not enough.
I'm in charge of HR as well, which is
No way.
fun.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yeah. So I and with COVID, it's real interesting. But
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot, but it's cool. We've got a great staff. The place is basically shut down. We haven't been able to do any live radio concerts. We haven't been able to do our wonderful live TV recordings. We do a lot of stuff on Zoom and YouTube and that sort of thing. So we're really looking forward to getting out from under all of this stuff, just like everybody else. But we're just keeping on and keeping on. The classes as well, pretty much all on Zoom. But we're still doing what we do, and thankful that we're able to just keep on plugging away. That's
awesome. Well, stay safe. I know it's It's going to be better here soon, but we have to still all be careful a little bit longer. And I know you are. So I'm going to hop over now to Mama Molasses. Mama, a.k.a. Ella.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it
So-
going?
It's going great. Now, I know that you had family stuff and you've been kind of tied up, and I'm so glad that you were able to zoom in for the last minute, but we won't hold you to the prompt tonight. If you will just sing one of your songs that of your choosing. But tell us what you're up to otherwise.
I have just been surviving at this moment. I got to go home for the holidays, which was really big for me because I didn't get to come home during Thanksgiving. So I got COVID tested and everything, and that's my sister. Hey, Scarlett. Hey, love you. But yeah, so, I've been getting tested pretty regularly, because I have been playing out, and I've continued to do that. And I got some shows at the end of the month, so it's been quite the experience to be playing out during COVID and trying to do it safely. And yeah, I've gotten tested probably 7 or 8 times. About once a month I get tested.
Well, just stay negative.
Yep. I've been really, really lucky, and of course doing all the precautions humanly possible, so that has definitely been a part of it. But yes.
So what you got for us? What are you going to sing for us?
Yeah, I'll try to tie this into the prompt. I was trying to think, I was like, how can I tie this in? And say that maybe metaphorically, you could use the idea of doorway. I'm gonna go in through the back door here, of this prompt, and say, that for me it could be about gatekeeping, like this idea of how in society we're able to pass through certain doors and do different things. And I had played this tune at a show last year, and I had someone come up to me afterwards, Chris Cocker. I don't know if y'all know him, but he did the Leave Britney Alone thing. Anyways, he's a viral YouTube star. I didn't know who he was, but he's really awesome. But he was like, that song isn't just for you. It's for everyone that feels like they kind of have this inability to travel and move places safely. And the song, it took me when he said that, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I never thought of it that way. But I realized in the song I had used the phrase, get around. As a lady, getting around is not, she gets around, is not really a positive thing. And yeah, that this song sort of is about recoining that phrase as a phrase of empowerment and ability to move through spaces. So that's how
I like that.
that was definitely
You made it. You did it. You tied it in. With a nice little pioneer knot.
Uh-huh. All
Well,
right,
we'll
here we
sing
go.
it for us.
Spend half a life a living, half a life in vain. Ain't trying to get forgiven, just trying to stay sane. And the hours will surround me when I'm out there in the cold. I'm alright with moving on, dear, alright with getting old. Take me to the country, take me to the town.
Take me just about any place. Learn how to get it right. Take me to the city. Put me out on the street. I'll lumber around like a big old dog. I'll find something good to eat. Half of me is waiting, the other half is gone. Ain't trying to be a hero, babe, just trying to write a song. And the songs, they will surround me when there's nowhere else to turn. I'm used to being lonely, used to getting burned. Take me to the country, take me to the town, take me just about any place. Learn how to get it right. Take me to the city, put me out on the street. I wander around like a stubborn mule, but I find just what I need. Half of me is screaming, the other half is dead. Ain't trying to be a martyr, babe, just trying to get to bed. And the dreams, they will surround me when there's nowhere else to turn. I'm used to being lonely, used to getting burned. Take me to the country, take me to the town, take me just about any place. Learn how to get it right. Take me to the city, put me out on the street. I wander around like a drunken fool, but I land back on my feet.
Beautiful. Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ella. That was awesome.
Yay.
Nice picking.
Thanks.
Yes. That guitar sounds incredible, too. What kind of guitar is that?
It is a Breed Love.
I've never
Nice.
heard of that before.
Yeah.
But it's. Hey, Robin Burkebeck. So good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. There is some great stuff going on here. And Thomas Caffrey's, I noticing your finger. Hey, that's a Louisiana picker.
Sorry.
It is.
I have
It's
a dirty
awesome.
mind.
Oh, okay. Well, gotta. So for those mostly, I think we have a lot of wonderful friends here watching with us. But just to clue everybody in, this little broadcast is a presentation of the Swamp Sisters La La Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit charity organization that has the bifold mission of community service and supporting women in the arts. So what you see on the screen right now is 6 women in the arts. And we are gathered here tonight to support each other, share some new material, share it with you. Hopefully turn a few of you guys on to some of these women's talents. And hopefully you will stay in touch with them or follow them, maybe buy some of their music or art, or just let them know that you're into what they're doing. are into what we're doing. We do have the option to help support the foundation with several links that could be found just about anywhere on the Swamp Sisters Facebook page. There's a donate button. There's a PayPal link also on the event page. But, it's just a little something. There you go. We have Venmo. We have PayPal.me. All the things. So thanks, everybody, for being here. We do this, See, Hear, Say, every other month. We try to do it on the first Thursday. So that means the next See, Hear, Say will be on Thursday, March the 4th. And who knows what's going to be happening in the world by then. And but we'll be here or there or somewhere. But eventually we'll be able to. Thank you, Frankie, for sharing our PayPal charity page. That's the best one right there. That little link right there. I know that one way or another we're going to be raising some money for Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida again this spring, because whether we can gather, whether Fringe will happen, whether we can gather on the Fringe lawn or not, we are going to help, because that's half of what we are here for. So we'll be launching another La Summer Hope Fund Drive for Second Harvest Food Bank this spring, so be thinking about that. And we'll do as much in person as it feels safe and okay to do, but it's not going to, if it doesn't feel safe to gather in person, we'll gather right here just like this again, and get the message out to help feed what are many, many, many more hungry families this year than ever before. So just keep that in mind. And again, if you want to chip into the foundation, we appreciate your support. Next. Okay. I have to remember to say things like that because they get by me. So I think it's time for some visual stimulation. So I will introduce everybody to the lovely and talented Madeline Wofford, who is coming to us from the High Top Mountain Colony in Black Mountain, North Carolina. That sounds like you're in a cult, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's not. It's the name of her subdivision, folks. That's
Just
it.
the name of my street. Yep.
But when I say High Top Colony, I just said, it's like, okay.
Whoa!
Have some Kool-Aid.
We can't help our street names sometimes, but so I've been working a lot in a new media, and to kind of turn it into a doorway theme, I've been thinking about art on my walls and how I have no more space for art on my walls because I have a lot of friends' art and my own artwork that is, all over the place. So the next thing would be figuring out how to do art in a doorway. So I've been been making these here banners, and I'm going to do a little scroll, like DIY scrolling action. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. I gotta stay level. But, so it's kind of a combination of screen printing and hand dyeing fabric. And here's one in the background that I have set up too. That's got dogs and a record player on a stump.
And Amy's candles
And candles, yes. I mean, exactly.
to the last drip.
The pathway, yeah. And so in this process, I've done a lot of new things. Usually I'm painting or I'm screen printing on T-shirts. But with this, I started sewing and learning how to do sort of applique, where you have embroidering around vinyl adhesive stuff that you iron on to fabric. So it's just been kind of a fun
It's
project.
fabulous. What a great flag. You can
Yes.
put that in front of your house like a flag.
Or you can make it a room divider, like in a doorway. So
Yes. And where could that be? Where could someone get that if they wanted it?
this is available soon on my new web store, which is www.glowspacearts.com.
I think we have that on a. I think we have that on a banner, even, don't we, Lynn? There it is.
There it is.
So soon to come. Soon to come.
Yes. Or you can just look at my Instagram, which is all of the banners are on there. And I kind of have been doing more sales through Instagram these days than.
You're so modern.
Yeah, well, I just don't have very much time to take pictures except for, Instagram and post it right there. Yeah.
And so if somebody goes to your Instagram, which is also Glow Space Arts, correct?
Correct.
Yes?
Mhm.
Okay. And they see a picture that you've posted of one of these items or something, and they want it, all they got to do is message you, right? And then...
Well, yeah, we'll have to. Some of them are in stores, and then some of them are available. But yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, that just starts the conversation. so-
totally. Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So just new stuff.
Tom Caffrey likes the embroidery. He said.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's from Lafayette, Louisiana, so he knows good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When he
Lots
sees
of
it.
gold.
Yep.
Lots
he
of
likes
gold thread and neon colors going
The
on. in these.
glory. Add a little
Yeah.
glory. That's what I used to call it. Glory.
Exactly.
Look, glorify this a little bit. Because like, you'd see those, portraits of saints, and behind their head,
Oh,
be this,
yeah.
like golden. I mean, you could call it a halo, but it's so much more fun to call it glory.
Mm-hmm.
Glory. That little haze behind their head. So, well done. Wow.
Yay.
So I think we're ready for some more music. That brings me around to Hannah Harbor. Hannah, we're so glad to have you with us. I know you've been doing a few gigs out and about. How's that going?
It's good. It's I'm grateful that there's some places that the work still exists right now. It's certainly nerve-wracking, and there's a lot of, I think, a head game for me that goes into it, but I'm grateful. And yeah, I think, we've been working out of our little space at home here. That's a nice comfort and joy to have as well.
Yep. Yes, for sure. So you have a new song for us?
I do. So I started writing this one. Well, I shouldn't even say started. This is one of those rare gems that falls all at one time. And it was shortly after, Beth, you and I spoke the last time, and I was at my parents' place and helping take care of their dogs. And my dad has this great little parlor guitar that he got, I don't know, sometime. Time is very strange right now. I couldn't tell you. He got it 5 minutes ago, or he got it 5 years ago. I really don't remember.
It's all relative.
But he had texted and said, while you were helping with the dogs, you should get that guitar out. I've been playing with it a lot lately, and I just forgot how much I loved it. And so I did. I got it down, and I sat right down, and I had this thought to myself of like, I'm in an empty house right now. I could really stand to use this to write a song if I wanted. And then I had that immediate little thing of like, yeah, but if you don't be disappointed. And then it was like, you know what? No, you don't get to do that today. And so this is what came out. I don't think I've really named it, but I've played around. I have an entire record called Long Time Coming. So I've played around with like a theme of this song before, but you're allowed to do that when you're a songwriter.
Yes,
So
you
here it
are.
is.
You rework a thing.
Should I even try? Could I be satisfied? Should I even cry? Would I believe my eyes? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Too long to be surprised. It's been a long time. A long time.
song doesn't rise, and the sun gives in tonight. Well, the moon and the silence have held me so many times, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time, too long to be surprised. And it's been a long time. It's been a long time, but I'm alright. Raging peace, gentle war, never knew. Revolving door, circle dance down a long straight line, steady light, mirror lullabies. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, too long to be surprised. It's been a long time, but I'm alright.
Ah, that is beautiful. I
Thank
love your
you.
phrasing, Hannah. You know, you're such a great way of leaving us hanging, waiting for the next word that's coming out. Oh, so there's the lyric. Should I even cry when I believe my eyes? This is beautiful.
Thank
I'm scamming. And the sun gives in tonight, while the moon and the silence have held me so many times. That gives me chill bumps. Wow. It's so appropriate for right now, right? You know? Raging peace, gentle war. Beautiful. Never knew. I love that revolving door line. Yes, down a long straight line. Yes, the passage of time, right? It has become such an I know Juan will walk in, like he'll walk in the living room and he'll go, "Guess what?" And I'll say, "It's Monday." And he'll say, "It's Monday."
This is the
Guess
Mondayest
what?
Monday of all Mondays, the
Right?
longest one we've ever had. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's just it's been a very surreal time frame, but it is important. I think Kayon is absolutely right. It's been very important for me to let's try to honor my creative self. There I go, talking with like self-help speak again. I never do that. That is not my language. We're honoring our creative selves today. And then we're going to go pet some cats. Anyway, sorry. We know we're all dog women. So, anyway. Oh, Terry Cox James, loved
Thank
that, Hannah.
you.
She's in Winston-Salem. Hope you're keeping safe and well, Terry. It's so nice to have Endless Blurs Day. Tom, he blew that one by me the other day. I like that too. That's actually could be a good prompt. Blurs Day. Blurs Day. What rhymes with that? Well, all the days of the week. But it is important that we keep creative. And I have even challenged myself to do some recording with the idea of ultimately generating, I think I told y'all about this last time, this 5-song EP that on every song I would have help from some of my peers, like you guys. If you could, if you have a studio in your home, if you have access to a studio, because it's still happening remotely. So I'm recording right here in my little home studio. And one of the songs that that I'm working on began as another song. It began as a song called, that was just kind of a simple little bluesy tune called Red Bird and a Robin. And I'm not gonna, I almost wore a scarf, Frankie. I almost did wear a scarf, but then Madeline's voice told me, she's a little Madeline Bird sitting on my shoulders. No scarf, no.
Oh, I would never say that.
You have in the past. No scarf.
Well, scarves do create some tangles in the long hair.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Mhm.
But this song that started out as a blues tune, and then I wanted to make it funky though, and so I came up with this kind of, was playing on my clavinet, and I got real funky with it, and wanted to play some funky drums, and my producer, engineer, guitar, bassist, everything, friend, player, John Fiffner in North Carolina added some crazy bass patterns to it. And it didn't sound like a blues song anymore. It's like, oh no, these lyrics don't fit this song anymore. This is what happens when you have a lot of time in a home studio. Like, you go down this meandering path and you start with one song, and by the time it's over, it's a whole nother song completely. Entirely another song. So that's what's happened with this. Unfortunately, Amy gave me the direction when she suggested Doorway is the prompt. I'm like, well, oh, there's Fletch. Everybody he just
Fletch!
my
Hi,
dog.
Fletch!
He's such a photo bomber. And so I thought, well, here we are at the doorway. We're in a doorway now. New year, looking to a new administration in our country, looking for a new time, looking at a vaccine for COVID, looking at, things having been so different and knowing they will stay different, but they will be different in a different way. And so this song, it kind of came out like a bluesy rock song. And of course, when I play it by myself, it sounds like something entirely else. But I think it might be our new Trouble the Waters. I'm saying that to you ladies because it's one I want everybody to help sing on. And so when you listen to it, imagine what it'll be like, sort of when we did the Trouble the Waters thing. Some of those kind of like shout, strong woman, da-da-da harmonies that we do. So here we go. I don't know the name of the song. Maybe you guys can tell me what a good name for it will be once you hear it. Okay, here we go. I am standing in the doorway. Sunlight blinds my eyes. Shadows tell the story to a rosy amber sky. How the journey changed and fear became the guide. I was born a cosmic drifter. I love the great unknown. Lately more a prisoner, but I am not alone. Where I am is here. What I am is flesh and bone. Here and now in flesh and bone. The sky is wide open, but yonder wild and free. The sky is wide open. Look ahead and see. So this verse right here, our sister E-Turn is going to do a rap over. on the track, which has a lot more going on it than just me playing this electric piano. But anyway, she's going to rap right here on the recording. I can't wait to hear what she does. In the mirror of the after, will my reflection be the same? The backside of disaster, does one reach a higher plane? Once the scourge has ended, will something wonderful remain? Or will it leave an ugly stain? The sky is wide open, blue yonder, wild and free. The sky is wide open. Look ahead and see. Sky wide open, blue yonder, wild and free. The sky is wide open. Look ahead and see. I don't really have an ending because it's going to fade on the recording, but anyway. Thank y'all. Thanks. Yeah. I don't know. Is that like just too real? Should I just not do
Oh, that's
that?
so good. Are you kidding?
I
Well,
loved it.
Great.
Cosmic
I felt like-
Drifter.
That line, I know. I got that one too.
I was born a cosmic drifter. Well, I wanted to
Yeah.
have cosmic drifter in there, and then I was trying to make it fit, and I was like, no, this it's still sort of a blues song. You know, it kind of has a blues.
That was super
Pattern
Doctor.
in
That was
the
your super Dr. John moment right there. I had the
Yeah.
like, ooh, yeah.
Lately, more a prisoner.
The other one that got me was, or will there only be a stain?
Oh yeah.
That one got me
Well,
too.
Tom
That's
caught
good.
me. I was wondering if anybody was going to notice the word scourge. Who uses the word
Yeah.
scourge in
Scourge.
a song lyric?
Pirates. Cosmic pirates. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy LaCour. Once the
reminded
scourge
me-
has ended.
It reminded me of like Stevie Nicks meets the Beatles, but like
Oh,
bluesy.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I do want to
It's
have
cool.
a song for the sky. Thank you for the title, Frankie, because as you can see, I don't know. I threw the word survivor up there because I'm like, what? At one point I had a lyric called, Survivor wins the prize or something like that. And I was like, that's really getting dark. I'm just going to say that over there.
I
But
want to take a picture of us. Hold on.
has anybody else felt the urge to write really dark songs or create really dark art during this time frame? Or do y'all find yourself like trying to be like more encouraging to yourself?
Yeah, I go the other way. I try to go to my major keys and do something.
Oh yeah, you were
different.
gonna. And when you were talking about staying away from that A minor, I'm like, oop, here's mine an E flat minor.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah.
Mine was B minor.
Yeah. Well, and I'm finding
I've been
so
having
much.
a hard time writing.
Oh, thanks,
too.
Reese Wheeler, for saying Stevie Wonder feel. Wait till you hear the clavinet part. It really feels like Stevie Wonder when I do that. But
Yeah.
and then when you hear the bass part that John Fiftner played, it sounds like a Rick James song. It's like, oh great.
Yes.
And now we're talking about, sky and it was funny because Madeline today you were talking about you were talking about Buffalo Springfield that you've been listening
I
to? Buffalo
was. Yeah.
Springfield?
That was the last record I listened to.
That's a good thing that we should do. What is everybody's last? Amy, what's the last record you listened to?
I don't know. Let me look. Hold on. The last one I listened to is right here. I have the
Okay.
vinyl. It was Sarah Shook and the Disarmers, actually.
Oh, Sarah Shook the Disarmers, our sister,
Yeah.
another North
She's from
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Ella? What's the last record you played?
Norma Tienga, Walking My Cat Named Dog. I don't know if y'all have ever
I have
of
heard
her.
about that because I remember seeing that and going, wow, that's a cool. Yeah, that's current, isn't it?
No, it's
Oh, it's
from
not?
the 60s.
Oh,
And
no.
she dated Dusty Springfield for several years and wrote for Dusty Springfield.
Oh.
But never really became as famous as she probably
Should've.
should have. But recently, FX, the TV, they put one of her songs called "You're Dead," "You're Dead," "You're Dead," "You're Dead," on one of their. I think it was actually a show about zombies. So
Ah.
there's like a renewed interest in her music, but for
Norma Tuwanga?
Tanenga.
Taninga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check her out.
Tanega. Yeah,
Tanega.
she's really good.
I'm gonna check her out. See, this is where we're learning stuff. Kayon, what's the last thing you listened to? Some jazz?
Oh my God.
Since you run a radio station.
I listen to about 10, 15 CDs a day.
Wow.
I've really gotten into, when I got to interview George Benson, he was so gracious and cool and had so many great stories. So he came out with his new album, Weekend in London. It's a live album, and I've just been listening to that a lot. I've got an extra copy. I brought it home. It's just wonderful. The guy can still play like a monster. And it just sounds like a studio recording that was just done perfectly in the studio, but it was live at a club in London. It's just phenomenal.
Well, I'll
George
have to check
Benson.
that.
Nubia Garcia is a saxophonist from Britain, African American, wonderful, talented lady, and I've been listening to that a lot.
Listen to that
So,
too. So, Madeline, you were saying you listened to the reason I brought that up, which is I'm glad you said what you did because it's great going around, and I'm going to ask Hannah what hers was. I when I was writing this song, and when it was still Redbird and Robin, the lyric and the chorus is still the same, but in the feel for the chorus is still the same. But I was kind of going for a Neil Young thing in my head.
You got it. Yeah.
Well, did you pick up on that or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you're going along in this song, and all of a sudden, this like the eagle has taken off and
Landed.
is soaring through the sky. It's like,
Or yeah, it's soaring.
Soaring,
It's wide
yeah.
open.
yeah, so
Actually.
yeah,
It's
wide open. Yeah, and Blue Yonder Wild and Free. And yeah, I thought about Neil Young. I was like, what would Neil Young do? This just kind of woo thing here. So it was funny when you don't tell me today you'd been listening to a lot of Buffalo Springfield. What about you, Miss Hannah? What you been listening to besides boys saying,
Yeah.
"Mommy"?
Well,
Mom.
actually, a lot of that, and actually, Abel. I think right around Thanksgiving, Thomas played him. I have a 5-year-old, for those that don't know, and he, Thomas played him The Wall, Pink Floyd The Wall, and Abel is so into it,
He's
and
a
so
rocker.
Goodbye Blue Sky is his favorite, so we've been listening to that song a lot of times, which is great. But my personal preference, one that I put on recently, is a John Batiste record that he did with Corey Wong, and it's called Meditations, and it's just the two of them doing a bunch of incredible melodic stuff, and
yeah.
it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
I recommend that for anybody.
Well, thanks everybody for these recommendations, and I hope that our viewer friends will explore some of these suggestions too, because why not? Did I say what I've been listening to? I've been listening to a lot. Oh, Reese Wheeler's been listening to Black Lilies, right there from
Love
Knoxville,
them.
Tennessee. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder, a lot of Sly and the Family Stone, and a lot of Parliament.
Yeah.
Funkadelic. But I'm stuck in the '70s. What can I say?
How about,
But
some
hey, I
funk-
found,
how about Funkadelic, Beth?
Yes, Funkadelic. I love Funkadelic. And Curtis Mayfield the most. And Isaac Hayes. Oh, it just goes on and on. But obviously, Spotify has my number because they're like, "Did you like these?" And it's so cool. You know who else I've been getting into again of late is Minnie Riperton, who is from Florida and is from Gainesville. Hannah, did you know that?
I
You
don't. I
know.
don't even know that name, so I
Oh my
need to be
gosh, okay.
educated. Educate me.
Okay, first of all, Minnie Riperton was a very famous R&B folky African American singer woman. I'd say her big hits were in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
Her daughter, who is Maya Rudolph. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. And Minnie Riperton was from Gainesville. But here's the song. I'm going to do my little appreciate. Minnie Riperton did that super high thing. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful and making love to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Minnie Riperton. But her tracks are so soulful and beautiful and, just mellow. I think that's kind of like, I guess maybe that's what I'm doing, is listening to a lot of music that soothes me. And it's kind of coming out in what I'm doing now, like, oh no, this might not have enough energy, this might not have enough zip. But I'm like, but I don't feel very zippy right now, so I'm trying to just let myself, write sad songs if I have to, or questioning songs. I think that what's happening more than anything is my songs are kind of questioning what the hell is going on around here. But anyway, so does anybody have anything they want to make sure that we know about, anything that they don't want us to miss, or I want to thank you guys so much for being here. It's so good to see you. I miss very much the days of having everybody pile into my living room and putting on a big pot of soup, beans, for folks to ravage. And we'll get back to that. But the uptick for this is that we are able to have folks like Ella and Madeline chime in. So I kind of don't ever want to give up this virtual aspect too. And Hannah can be here. I mean, it would be very difficult for Hannah to drive from Sanford to my house, all the way across town with two little ones wondering where's Mama. She's gone up at night. So I hope that we can all get together in person again soon. But I think I kind of want to keep doing this for a little while anyway. So
Yeah.
March 4th is the next one on the schedule. So we hope everybody will join us. We want to thank Lynn Mixon again for running things behind the scenes for us. We appreciate you so much, Lynn. We're very grateful to the United Arts of Central Florida, who helps me pay for all this technical stuff that we have to make this kind of come together in some kind of semi-professional way. I think we did a good job tonight with our
That's
little
right.
Brady Bunch selves. So thanks Terry Cox James. I miss you, lady. I miss my Winston-Salem sisters in North Carolina. And soon, maybe by next summer, we'll all be able to. But I can't predict. You have to just wait. We have to wait. So y'all be thinking about what the prompt should be for the next See Hear Say on March 4th, and we'll get creative. And if any of your viewers have suggestions, we'd love to consider yours. I'm not going to say we're going to obey you, because we're not the obedient type. But Amy LaCour, we hope you can join us in March. Maybe things will feel a little more comedic by then, and we can have some on-screen comedy from you. And some mental health counseling. As you can see, some of us might be on the edge here. I've pulled no less than 100,000 weeds from my yard, and the sad thing is I haven't made a dent, but it's okay. Thanks everybody. I love you all. Stay safe. Stay warm in North Carolina. Thanks to our viewers. Thanks for tipping into the tip jar to help us keep things going. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you, Beth. Thanks, everybody.